Hello everyone. Today I'm going to try to show you how to fix a 6-CD mechanism like this in the Holden VYVZ Commodore. The brand is called Blaupunkt. However, this mechanism, this 6-CD mechanism, do not supply only to Blaupunkt. This mechanism has been made by Fujitsu 10, a Japanese company. It's supplied to a unit like this in the Ford AU series, using the same 6-CD mechanism as well. Unit like this as well, also using that, and more. Unit like this, BABF unit. Ford one as well, using that. BF in the premium range, using this as well. Okay, now imagine this is a faulty 6-CD mechanism. Okay, now we start to try to repair this together, okay? Now first of all, if you can, just try to remove this wheel here. See if you can see this plate here. Try to bring this plate to the front if you can. But if you can't, it doesn't matter. If you can get it all the way, then you remove this plate. That will be much easier. But if not to worry. Just leave that as it is. Then what you can do, you can go underneath now. You can see the spring here. You can see there's two spring here from the other plate, from this top plate. They come down to the bottom, and they just lock together like that. And all you have to do is just remove that. Just release that two spring together, like that. And then this plate will come out, this top plate here. Okay, just lift that, jiggle a little bit, and that plate there with that two spring I told you earlier, that's going to come out. Okay. Then you try to lift all these trays out if you can. Take it out as much as you can. If you've got this jam in here, just remove all this out. Okay, doesn't matter. If you can't get it out, just leave them there for the time being. Okay, now you start working on the side of this. Now through this little gap in here, there's a little Phillips screw right there. You can see, look carefully there. There's a little screw there. Okay, just remove that screw there. Like so, there's a little screw there. Just leave them on the side so you don't lose them. And then now, these ribbon you have to remove this. One here, 3 of them, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. This is the best way to do it. Just put your index finger here and just move this clip, this locking parts here. Just move it down like this. Then you can see that will come out already there. Okay. Do the same thing as over here. Just like so. And then this will come out. Same thing as the top one here now. Lift this. Put your thumb here. Both of them together. This is pair of tweeter. Together. Okay. Then just bend this one slightly. Then this plate will come out, just like so. Okay, so that's the first plate will come out. After that, normally you see a little blob of solder here. This one have to be loosened, and then There's also another things here. You have to bend it slightly as well, so it will come out later. Back this way. In the meantime, just remove all these ribbon here. There's one here. There's one here. I find out using the tweeter is quite easy to remove. Just don't push it too hard, gently, and you should be able to remove them. Slightly, don't work it. You know, just take your time. There's no point in rushing this sort of thing. Just do it lightly like so. So if you work too hard, you may even damage the ribbon. So just take your time. Enjoy yourself and take your time. There's no point in finish it very quickly. Like this. It might look easy to you because it's an experience. But just take your time. Do it slowly, then it should be fine. Okay, and that will come out. And this will come out as well. Sometimes the solder here, they come loose by themselves. You don't need to desolder themselves. And this piece will come out. Okay, now you got the mechanism now without the circuit board, the two little circuit board here. Then after that, there are 4 screws you need to remove. There's one on this side, one on that side, and one here. Here, there's a 4. There's 4 of them. Okay, just remove them out. I know this is a long video, but we want to make sure it's right. You cannot afford to make this sort of thing. We make a mistake, then we damage more things, that's all. So just take your time. If you're good already, just fast forward and just see to the section that you like to watch, that's all. Okay, after the 4 screw there, then you can lift this whole piece up now. See, this piece starting losing now. So you just lift it up from here, and then you just sort of lift it back. There's this 2 here. You see the end of this 2 ends. It's actually poking to this end here. So basically the way they go is just like that. Okay, you got that out. Now you can see there, this is the laser block itself. Some of the CD tray still in there. You don't have to worry too much about that for the time being. But the main 3 problems that I found in this sort of unit is, one of them, the laser block assembly can go faulty. 2 is in here, in this part itself. Okay, now I'm going to dismantle this part out. I'm going to show you where the problem coming from. Now, just in relation to this plate itself, you have to, there's a little piece here. They're using a little bit of glue there to hold this together. So just try to, you can see using a pair of your tweeter, this little blocking bit here they're putting in there. So the plate won't move around. So this plate doesn't move. There's one there, and also one on this side. You can see there. They put a bit of glue underneath it just to hold it into this position here. That's what. So remove that, put on the side. The reason they have that, because to hold this one, just in case this one pop out and this whole plate will come out. So they have that 2 pieces of plastic there to hold it. Then all you have to do is just lift up this bit slightly. See, there's a little locking dropping now. Just lift up lightly, like so. And then you push this one back there. One. There's another one on this side. Just lift it up a little bit. And then you push it back. This piece will come out. Okay. From experience, while we're here, keep an eye for this plate here. This plate causes a lot of problems in this sort of unit. One, as you can see there, this piece here, there's a piece that has been broken off already, completely. And then they start having cracking along here. Yeah, there's a crack in here. And then there, and also on this side, there's also start cracking along this line here. What happened when that crack start popping up, Then when the disc go in or the disc ejecting, it's the plate sitting like this, and when they come out, it will just hitting this plastic here, and then everything will jam up the CD mechanism, so it won't come out. So that's the sort of thing you have to keep an eye for. That's one, this plate here. I'm going to show you how to fix this plate later. And two is there's two little corks on this either side here. First of all, you try to spin them. You spin them, they should move freely like this and so. Right? This one is freely moving fine. You can see there, that's spinning. That's worked fine on this side here. But on this side here, when you look carefully, that's where the other issue comes from. This little cork wheel here is actually damaged under there. So that's why you see when this spin, that doesn't spin at all. See there? That is where this problem comes from. This part here is, I show you the damage. When I pull it apart, you will see this why this causing the problem. Now start removing this here. The problem also causing that this is not coming out, it's stuck right there on the way out. Since this piece here, it's actually go like this under there. It's on the way out. The CD will hit this piece first, like so. And if it's stuck up here, it won't come out either. So just keep an eye for this piece as well. Right, that's actually damaged. So what you can do, using a little bit of super glue, you just dab it along here, a little bit here, a little bit there, where you can see all the cracked lines. Just have a little bit, put it a little bit in there. Not too much, just enough there, so to stop it happening further, that's all, instead of stopping it so cracking further down the track. Like so. And then any excess super glue, you happen to put it too much, for example, all you have to do is just wipe them up a little bit, just along that line there, make sure that there. Okay, then you put it on the side. You come back to it when it's dry, and then you just fire along here a little bit, just then you would check it, make sure everything's working. Put this on the side now. Meanwhile, before you put everything back together, just using a little bit of methyl spirit, just put in the bottle just a methyl spirit, that's all. You wipe all these rollers here, because what happened in time, they collect all the different dusts and bits and pieces along here. So just wipe them, just roll using this, just roll this on at the same time. So say you have to go around it, just roll it this, and wipe this one off. You see all this little white that will come out from there. So that will help to roll your disc out better after you fix the unit. So just turn it around and just using this to dry it out. Like so. Okay, just recap everything. First of all, make sure we clean these rollers. Check this little part here. Make sure there's no damage along this edge here. Just make sure they move smoothly, so there's no cut along here. This wheel spin. How this one go properly now. If any of this damage, this is what happened. And this side as well, that. Then, before you put it in, make sure this little spring here, it's nothing to hold it at this stage, just leave them and make sure they're there, have to be there. So that one on this side also have to be there, okay? Just leave that as it is. Now with the magic of editing, that piece there we put super glue on before. We fired it, we clean all them up. Now before you put it in, you get a CD and try to slide it. So try to slide it, see if it moves in smoothly. If it's sort of jamming along here, which means it's not good. So you just push it over, sliding forward and backward, make sure it's all, just imagine this is simulating the ejecting of the CD disc itself. When it's come out, it will go along here. If any of this piece damaged, it will catch onto this and that will not let you have the disc out. Okay? So when you finish, basically. Okay, now we're going to put this piece in together now. All you have to do is just drop in like that, so. Just slide it in forward like that a little bit. They will lock it in by, see there's a little here, that slit that can go right in, and also on this side. And this piece here, have to push it all the way in, so this one will lock into here. And then where this piece coming from, that there is basically just go in between here. If you look closely here, that's go in between there, got a bit of glue behind it. Just go right in there, and basically this piece here, do not let this piece slide backwards, so it won't come off more or less that way. So sort of a little bit of support there to hold this piece together. Okay, and the same thing as on the other side, which is also one more piece here. Just go there, push this one in, and that's it. This piece here by itself as the assembly, everything what we've done here is all complete now. All the cleaning, all the rollers, all the check everything, make sure it's all work, and we move on to the next step. The reason for that is, if you have any of that piece there happen to come back this way, right? And now you see this piece on this side and that side there, they will not synchronize. When you load it in, they rely on the synchronization of left and right to take the disc in. And if you do this, it won't able to do it properly. Okay, so just make sure that have to be that, and both of these have to be right to the front. Okay. That is super critical. If you got that wrong, everything will be wrong. Doesn't matter how well you do other parts, you'll be wrong. So that is super important. Then it's just a matter to put this piece back in now. Same thing. That's there. Poke into, they got two of the hole that you took it out before. If you remember them, they'll be there. Put it back in. Now all you have to do is just drop it in lightly, slowly. You don't have to move anything. Just drop it in. It will in position by itself, because since everything is already in the thing, you can drop it. You can feel it. It's actually in. Don't drop it in, out, whatever. Don't move any gear at all. Just go in that way and drop it back this way. So as soon as you like that, you can feel it. They're all like that now. Okay. So that's good. Then before it moves anywhere, just put the 4 screw back in. The 4 screw on the side here. One, two. Try to do very quickly for you, so you don't need to watch me putting screw and things. So 4 screw is done. Okay. Now the next step is, remember when you took it out, there's 2 PCB boards you took it out before. Okay. So put it back in on the side like so. First of all, the small one go in first. Alright. And then you just bend this piece slightly forward like this. Just bend them so they'll hold together. Okay. Now something else is also important. This ribbon along the side here have to be in that order. You cannot do anything else. This 3 piece in particular. This piece here, where the laser block coming in, you can see if you want to, while we're here, you see this little solder blob here. that piece there, just leave them, don't touch anything. This is the company like that. There's nothing wrong with this. This is just like that. Okay, that is actually the laser. Go to the actual laser itself. So just get this one down, jiggle it in, make sure it's all in properly. This is the first one of the 3 here. This one first. Then the second one is this one here. Have to be in that order. Don't put any other order. That's because the way it depends very much on the way it position here, or else it will go when the laser movement, that will damage the ribbon if you put it in the wrong way. So in that order. That if you see that order how you took it out, so put back into the same order like that. So that 3, and the last one is over there. That's the 4th one. There. Okay. While you're here, you may as well turn on your soldering iron now, because you're going to dab a little bit of solder here so to hold this one. This is how they design it. They need you to put a bit of solder here so this plate doesn't move around. Now next is this board here. Okay, this is the board, another PC board, the bigger one. So this one we go to the. So you can change the track as well if you want, just moving to a few tracks further down the line. Just check it. So if you've done all that and everything working like that, you should be happy for yourself. You know, you save a bit of money to get it sort of fixed and things like that. You know, you learn something along the line. In life, it's just like that, I guess. So, one this is playing, you know, it play. You don't have to play for too long. For example, you haven't finished everything yet, so play for a few minutes, 30 seconds, 20 seconds, then you can eject it. Now I'm going to eject the CDs out now. So it asked me to take this out. I take this out, and then you go back to standby mode again. You take down, and everything will drop down to like normal. Okay. The next step. Okay, I just unplug the power now. Unplug the power from the unit. Unplug the ribbon. Now the next step is we have to put all these 6 CDs in there. 6 trays, sorry. All these CD trays here. We have to put it in. You can line them up properly. Make sure you're lining the right way up, because if you put it the wrong way, it's not good. It will drop the disc out when you put it in. So this, if you can see there, the disc have to go in, and then it will sit on top of this. So make sure this is the way up, like this. If you turn this one opposite like this, there's nothing there to hold this at all. So just a little notice, side note there. So this 6 discs to go in one go. You just position, because since the unit is working, this here you don't have to wind it back at all, because it is already back as it is. Because the mechanism is actually working, so everything is already back that way. But if you don't see it, for example, if it's out this way, right? For example, all you have to do is just wind this one back this way until it cannot go anymore. Don't over moving it, or else you damage the mechanism. So just move like that. Get this 6 CD tray. Align this 2 hole here, there, one there, and you just drop it in. Then it will go in. Okay. And after that, you got this piece here, which is go on top of it. There's 2 springs either side. You can leave them like that. That's how they are. Right, and then you look carefully there. There's a little gap there on the side there. You can easily see it, and just drop that in the spring. On both sides have to go in. If you took it out, you will notice that where that's 2 coming from, along there, and then you can drop it slowly, and it will go in. Okay, like so. Then you can see the 2 springs on this side now. All you have to do is just grab 2 ends, and then you hook them onto each other. That's all. Okay. That's about it. All you have to do now is just, you know, put everything back to the unit, because you already check 1 disc. If you want to check 6 discs, yes, okay, I'm going to put this 6 discs to test again anyway, so you will know how it works. Okay, this time here now, I put everything back together already. We've done everything we need to do already. It's all done. So just I'm going to put, after I put all these 6 trays in there, I just want to put do the final test. I do the final test now. I put all the 6 trays in there, so we can check 6 CD in one go. So just to prove and make sure everything works, then we know 100% it work on 6 discs, not only 1 disc. 1 is good, the laser is reading, that sort of stuff. But make sure we have all the 6 trays in there, If not, if you're confident enough to be knowing it's working, then you can put everything as it is without go through this next step. But if you got time, you want to make sure, spend another 5-10 minutes, power it up, test it again, put all 6 discs in one go this time, and then everything will work. As soon as you put into the car, then it's actually working. Okay, let's finish all the testing now. Now this time, instead of press load once, I'm going to press it and hold it down. So I'm going to put 6 to ask for 6 CD in one go. Then even in the unit there, it said load all. So this is the first disc to go in. It will not play because it's going to ask me for the second disc, unlike the one that we got one before. So take that disc now, go there, leave it there, then it's asking for the second one. It's the second disc. There's 2 in there now. Three. You have to wait until it asks for you to put the disc in. Don't jam the disc in, since you can see there it's actually loading something there. So no point is jamming this disc in. Wait until it asks you. You will hear some kind of beeping sound and thing like that. Say something that on the unit, say next disc, for example, like this one here, insert this. So you do that. Okay, you can see the red in here too. If you checked it, there's 5 in there, set the reading 5 now, so it should be 1 more there. Okay, as soon as you put the 6 discs in, it doesn't ask you anymore. It will automatically realize it got 6 CD and it will start playing. Okay.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
So that's the final stage. We finished everything. So just enjoy yourself. It's not easy. It's a lot of work involved. It takes you a couple of hours, say, but still worthwhile doing it. It took me a good 6 months to learn all these techniques and all the little bits and pieces. Keep an eye for this, keep an eye for that. So if you manage to get to this point, have another drink, I reckon. And please subscribe and like if you want me to do any more of this video next time. So just help me to give me some incentive, so I will make some more video next time. Different type of CD mechanism or anything got to do with car audio repairs. I will try to show you as much as I know and everything we need to know. So just lastly, the last word for me is that sharing is caring. So I try to share with whatever I know. Thank you. Thanks for watching.